This is a severe weather alert.
Well, good Thursday afternoon. I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Ashley and Nate Harrington with me. We are tracking an active line of storms rolling through East Alabama. Nate's going to update us with the damage reports here in just a moment, but let me give you a quick survey of the radar because there is a lot of activity on the maps everywhere from Coleman to Gadsden, now into parts of Piedmont, and this is going to be moving due south at this point. So again, we are tracking these storms off to the south, southeast. You'll notice all of the highlighted areas, this orange box that you see here. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings, not watches, but warnings. That means folks need to take some immediate action. This is why we have that weather aware in place for today. So here's some places of interest over the next 6 minutes between now and then. Locust Fork will be in kind of the range for this leading edge of this storm. Then on to Bremen in about 13 minutes. Palmerdale, northern part of Jefferson County in 21 minutes. And then on into Clay in about 22 minutes. I would say anywhere, even in northern Jefferson County, even though you're not in the warned area yet, please keep a watchful eye to the sky. This storm is within a half hour from reaching your back door. Moving our attention a little bit more east, so these are the storms sliding out of Etowah County, moving into St. Clair County and Calhoun County. Here's cities of interest. Alexandria, you are on the leading edge of that. The wind is likely picking up for you right now, and that rain is going to intensify very quickly. And then on into Sacs in about 9 minutes, and then down towards Lincoln in 21 minutes. And if you are enjoying a day on the lake at Logan Martin Lake, please be vigilant because there is a lot of lightning with this storm. Last thing we need for you to do is be on the lake. So this gives you a little bit of warning time. If you can get off the lake, that would be great advice. Or if you have a way to contact those that are boating today, make sure that they are taking those proper precautions. And we'll kind of edge over closer to the Alabama-Georgia state line. So here's some cities of interest there. So Fruithurst, again, you're right there on the leading edge of this storm as it is barreling through. And then on to Oak Hill in about 20 minutes, Chocoloco in about 12, and then on into Folsom and Wedowee, and then likely on to Roanoke within the next 30 to 40 minutes. So we're trying to give you enough warn time. But for those cities that are impacted right now, Coleman, again, over towards Gadsden into almost to Heflin, just a little north of Heflin right now. But folks, this is going to have intense rainfall, very gusty winds, and we have a slew of damage reports. Not only are we talking some probable power outages, but trees down, and a lot of this is due to that wind, and that wind right along this leading edge. So right now, I'll toss it back to the Weather Center so Nate can give us an update on some of those damage reports. Yeah, thanks a lot, Ashley. So the damage report started coming in just about 45 minutes ago in Cherokee County. Lots of trees down. We had a report of a tree on a house in Cherokee County in Cedar Bluff. Thank goodness no one was in that house and everyone made it out before any more damage was done there. So that was some good news. Then we've had tons of reports in Etowah County as well, in Itala. Also, we've had trees down on I-59 near mile marker 183, a tree down on a car. That's a scary thought to think that a tree on a car on the interstate. So that's just a unbelievable occurrence. And then more trees down and power lines down in Atala. A transformer blew on Piedmont Avenue. We've got a tree on a shed. Very significant trees down all over the county there. So the only damage reports we've gotten so far, Etowah and Cherokee County. However, this whole line of storms producing winds anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per hour and all that lightning. This is going to be if you are in a warned area, and I know the National Weather Service, they are extending these warnings a little bit farther ahead than the actual line to give everyone some good time to get inside. This is going to be a time where you just need to hunker down, stay inside, away from windows, and stay there until these storms pass, because they're not only packing a lot of wind that could produce damage outside, but also to your home, but also a lot of lightning. This cloud-to-ground lightning is extensive. We're talking thousands of strikes per hour in this line, and this is one of the most dangerous parts of the storm. We're talking lots of positive lightning strikes that are the most deadly of the lightning strikes. So please be careful. We've got gusts just measured in Hoax Bluff in Etowah County of 62 miles per hour. So that's the kind of wind we're talking about here.
that can uproot trees, blow roofs off of gas stations. We had that reported in Etowah County, a roof blown off a Pacific Pride gas station on Gilbert's Ferry Road. So we've had plenty of damage already, and it looks like more is to come as these storms move over the more populated areas in central Alabama. And we are talking about folks in Jefferson County and Shelby County, because we have a severe thunderstorm watch that goes for you until 7 o'clock. A tree on a house now that we're seeing from, this is Cherokee County on Keener Drive in Leesburg. Thank goodness no injuries, but that's the second tree on a house so far today. There's a severe thunderstorm watch that goes until 7 o'clock. That does include folks in Birmingham and the entirety of Shelby County. Already we're seeing reports of tree damage, power lines down, trees on houses and on cars. So please be vigilant for the rest of the day today. Ashley?
Yeah, Nate, so kind of recapping that, so the severe thunderstorm watch until 7. Again, this is why we have that weather aware in place for today. We want you to stay vigilant to this active weather. We just have a very dynamic atmosphere at play, and that's why we're seeing so much lightning. There's lots of energy in the atmosphere, and it's prompting these severe thunderstorm warnings. Gusty winds are really going to be our big concern, but I also noticed we are seeing rain rates of upwards of about 4.5 inches per hour. That's significant. That could create some localized flooding for some communities, especially any of those low-lying areas. And where you see the bright reds on your map, we've taken off the lightning layer just to kind of let you at least see the radar for a second. There was so much lightning, it was kind of hard to see our radar here, but where we see the bright reds, that's where that rainfall is most intense, and that's likely where we're going to see any potential for any minor flooding in certain areas. And then it does look like that rain stretches even back behind that leading edge. Therefore, we could be dealing with rain in some communities for a prolonged period of time. So just keep that in mind. We're still tracking rain up towards northeast Alabama, and this still has to move down through the southern portions of the state. And that would lead us into central Alabama, our viewing area. So again, kind of revisiting the map, we're putting this in motion now where we can see these storms barreling through northeast Alabama at this point, the northeast quadrant of our viewing area, essentially along and east of I-65 and north of I-20. And again, some of these counties are bisected by the interstate. So Coleman County, it includes the entire county, which spills over west of 65. And now it looks like we have a severe thunderstorm warning for the northern part of Talladega County. So these storms are continuing in their vigor, so to speak. And that is why we continue to extend these warnings even further to the south. Wouldn't be surprised if northern Jefferson gets a warning here very shortly, even the extension of Blount County, and then even maybe Walker County. So we'll be tracking this for now. So right now, lots of lightning. We're talking wind. If you live in any of these communities that we are highlighting here, this is the track of that storm. Now, again, the track extends beyond the orange boxes, but that's just to give people lead time because, folks, this is going to be a very active afternoon of weather for some. So Bremen and then on to Clay, that 10 to 20 minute window, Trussville at about a half hour, Birmingham within the hour. So listen closely, and maybe if you have any afternoon plans, this is not the time to get the kids ready to go to the pool. Let's just say that. This is the time to kind of hunker down and just get everybody settled in the house for a little while. And then as we move into East Alabama, so we're talking St. Clair into Calhoun County and northern parts of Talladega County. Aniston, this storm is knocking on your back door. And one of my concerns here is this is about to race across I-20, and there's going to be a lot of traffic on I-20. I mean, it's the summer, it's the afternoon, you've got the lake out there. So folks need to be very careful because not only are we going to be dealing with some blinding rainfall that's really going to make it even difficult with those windshield wipers, but you're going to have those gusty winds as well. We've already had one report of a tree down on a car, and that car was on the interstate. So it wasn't just a tree parked in a driveway. All right, Logan Martin Lake, less than 20 minutes now, and then on into Talladega. That's going to be within the half hour. And these storms are zipping off to the east, or south right now for the most part, and kind of veering a little bit to the west, but really stretching across the eastern quadrant, northeast quadrant of our viewing area. So anywhere that we see these storms, and notice how fast they're moving, and it does look like they are going to be moving closer into that Birmingham metro, so keep a very watchful eye out for that. So Looking at these storms right now, very gusty winds, lots of lightning, and so we are going to track these thunderstorms right now. We'll send it back to you, Nate.
Yeah, real quickly, more damage reports coming in from Cherokee County. We've got a tree on a house that we told you about on Keener Drive. We also have a large tree in the road on Cedar Street and McGrath Street in Cedar Bluff. So Cedar Bluff's taken a couple of direct hits today, so that's really bad news there. And then we go over to Etowah County. We've got a tree on Rocky Hollow Road in Atala. They've taken a lot of damage as well. We've had power lines and transformers blown there in Atala, and then power lines down on Old Camp Road in Gadsden, and then trees down on Chestnut Street in Gadsden. So we've got some more populated spots getting some damage here, and as these storms move, like Ashley said, closer to the Birmingham Metro, we've got a lot of trees and a lot of communities with trees in the Birmingham Metro and the surrounding area. So please, this is nothing to take lightly at all as these storms continue to race down to the south. But we're going to continue to watch these damage reports just coming in. And right now, also missed this one, tree down with power lines on County Highway 26 in Bluntsville. So that's our first report of damage in Blount County this afternoon. And I'm sure there's going to be more where that came from, too, as these storms continue to move south, Ashley.
Yeah, and we'll kind of wrap things up here. These severe thunderstorm warnings are definitely going to be packing a punch as they move through central and east Alabama this afternoon. So we just want to break on briefly just to kind of describe what's happening. So folks are incredibly caught off guard by this. We'll continue tracking this, and we will bring you the latest information. We'll likely do another update at the bottom of the hour and then again at the top of the hour at 3. So just